Saturday night. Going on down through the night into the day. I've been taking it all in, yeah. Watching the world spin out of control. Talking about the end days. Oh, talking about the end days. Talking about the end days. Coming in today, yeah. You can't stop now. One momentum bringing us down day by day. Oh, talking about the end days. It's like a cyclone bring us down on the ground, yeah. Oh, it's gonna be about the end days. We're talking about the end We're talking about the end days. Yeah. We're talking about the end days. They're coming round the corner. I don't know what, but I don't wanna be a gonna know. I'm hoping that someone will save the day. So I show up here and I try to play. I try to get into the moment. I'm going to own it. I'm going to find something. We're talking about the end. We're talking about the end days. Yep. You can't get phased. No, you got to get yourself prepped. Get yourself to the store while there's still stuff on the shelves. Cause you know it ain't gonna be there for long. Yeah, it's like the crazy people going out to get 60,000 rolls of toilet paper. You know you don't need that much. What are you wiping your butts 50,000 times a day? Look, share that toilet paper, what'd you say? And Jeff Bezos comes and says, look, we have plenty of toilet paper. I'm Jeff Bezos, and I'm a billionaire. And Bezos had to say, look, Amazon stock is up big. I'm paying my investors on top of their original investment. I'm Bezos. And Bezos did his thing all through the pandemic. Guess who? Guess who else came out? That's right, Mark Zuckerchooch too. What? Yeah, my name is Zuckerchooch. We know, you're a Zuckerchooch. Yeah, we know. Everything you do, you like to suppress, don't you? Look, we said we'd have a song about suppression. I guess we got to give you a lesson. Mark Zuckerchooch. You think that everybody got to say what you want them to say, and if you don't, you can put them away. Yeah, you dig in a hole. Yeah, you throwing them down. Yeah, you're covering it over and you're saying what I don't hear a sound. Even though, yeah, the people be screaming out loud. Talking about the end day. Mark Zuckerchooch. Yep, he's a commonaza. I don't know what we want to call him. He's a lotsa, and definitely he's not he's not an American. No, I don't even know if he's human. Yo, I'm thinking that he may be a robot or maybe an alien. I don't really know. The case is still out, but I'll give you a shout. Oh, when I find out, yeah. I got a couple people looking, they're spying on him. You know he's got the people looking over his shoulder like he's trying to figure if he's getting older. No, he's looking like he's getting younger. He got a Benjamin Button thing going down. Yeah, I'm thinking definitely he's alien, cause he can't be doing that unless he found the next genetic, the connection to the past. Yeah, he's a reverse in time. Yeah, a genetic modification. Yeah, cause you know that would give him elation, cause he's original to the Adrena crew. Yeah, you know, and I can't say that word anywhere, cause then they're gonna pull you down. Yeah, 15 seconds of flat, yeah. You can't get any better than that. Yeah. Talking about the ending. It's the end of the days. It's Saturday Night Live. It's Mark Pires. I was walking down the road and it's Renaissance Man. It's the daily variety show Mark Pires Renaissance Man. I'm here to connect with you, to amplify your current state, and I'm here with you on day 1,230 in a row of the Renaissance Man Show. We're getting into it just like we do every single night, fam and friends. Got a little surprise for you. Last night we wrote a new song, and we're going to debut it. I had a chance to edit it. I didn't get a chance to do all the lyrics, but I get, start to the lyrics. And I think it's good to go. I'm not sure fully, but we're going to listen to it. And you guys let me know what you think. It is called Break Free from the Noise. And Minds Over Matters is the one who came up with the title. So I hope she shows up to hear the finished product. I hope everybody's doing well. How's everybody doing out there? We've been here 1,230 days in a row trying to see if we can connect with this world. And we're going to try to connect with 10,000 people live in the next couple days, but really we're actually a month away from it, guys. June 15th. By June 15th, we'll have 10,000 people live with us on air. And you are a huge part of how that's going to happen. So continue to spread the word. Let people know. We're here every single day at 10 p.m.-ish, 10:30-ish. But I've been writing songs, and when I get to editing them for you, I want to get them done and get them out for you. So right now, we're going to be bringing you a new track as soon as Zabrowski gives us a woohoo. So who saw Doll Hair International? I saw Renee Woods did. Funny bit with Joanne back there, picking up pics, doing a tootaroo. Doesn't smell good in the studio when Joanne's on pick duty, Anyway, Zabrowski, you ready for your woohoo? He can't wait to get out of here. He wants to do his woohoo and get on the go. Just want to be around for the next pickup. I get it, Zabrowski. I get it. How far are we away from your woohoo, Zabrowski? 1 minute and 23 seconds. You can't go faster, Mark Pires, 2006, 7. I love this right here. Something to die for, something to live for. Something to die for, something to live for. Give me more. Hey, listen to that. So many perfect ways to spend your days in me. Wow, there's something to live for, yeah. There's something to die for, yeah. Be something to live for, yeah. There's something to die for. got a woohoo sound alive. Let you in. No, Wheezy McGee, just quiet. Woohoo! Right? We're here together, unison, and that one's Zabrowsk. I did that, and you did it. Woohoo! Same exact friggin' moment, right? What's that? No, Joanne, it was almost completely drowned out by your wheeze. You know? But we have a special song for you guys. We're going to get right into it from the top. Last night, Minds Over Matters was here. Flat Earth's back, kicking it with me, Flatty, doing a DPFX, killing it in the chat with Renee Woods and S. Coop and Trish Killian from the top. Guys, if you're here and you're watching the show from the top, say hello, because we're about to play a new song that nobody's ever heard in the history of time. We wrote it last night, but it was 18 minutes long, and I've edited it down into a song. So here we go. I hope you enjoy it. It is called Break Free from the Noise. There he is, my brother Tommy. Tommy, I hope you enjoy this. This is a song for the world right now. Every once in a while, guys, you need to step aside, and you need to be able to do that. Sometimes music, actually all the time, music is able to be the conduit to the peace that you need in your life. And this song, my friends, my family, is one of them, and I will be releasing it. I think this is the final song on my album, which I will be releasing next week. Here we go. Every day we're facing life head on. Every way you hope for peace is closed on. Everything is so loud. Break free from the noise. Break free from the noise. Break free from the noise. People ring you on the phone, ask you how you doing. Seems so cliche these days. You answer back as simply as you can. I'm fine, 'cause no one really wants the answer that question anyway. Break free from the noise. Break free from the noise. Break free from the noise. It's like everything's meant to destroy you, and if you let it get the best of you, but you can't, no, you got to fight through, make it to tomorrow, yeah, so you can look back with gratitude one day. That you had the fortitude to follow through, to make it through. May 13th, 2022. Break free from the noise. from the noise. I'll break free from the noise. Oh, got to break away free from the noise. Yeah, oh, you've got to learn to play free from the noise. Don't let the negative vibes bring you down. No, no. Break free. I said, don't let the negative vibes bring you down. No, break free from the noise. Break free from the noise, yeah. Break free from the noise. Break free from the noise. Break free. I'll help you break free. Free from the noise. Break free from the noise. I think I'm going to cut it down about another 2 minutes, to be honest. I was listening and I'm thinking, you know, the hook is the great. That's what makes it great. So I have to just cut it down. So it's going to be about 4 minutes. And when it's 4 minutes, woo-wee. Woo-wee. That's all I can say. See, I'm hearing things. That's the first edit. You know, I threw it together quickly for you guys. And I got it 18 minutes off of it. So proud of myself for that, but I have work to do still to clean it up and make it perfect. So guys, we are going to get into it right now. Joanne, what's our first story of the day? Joanne, wake up back there. You're back there after a cry, doing a little Wheezy McGee. Flat E doesn't even believe you're real. Unbelievable. No, you know I can't have you on the screen because you'll break the camera. I can't have you breaking my camera. It's my favorite camera. I got my favorite camera there. You want to break it? Doing your old Medusa face again? Again, because it's the 5th time I had to replace the Canon. You don't want to replace a camera once, you know? I'm doing it 5 times. Because of Wheezy back there. One day I had the camera on by accident, and she happened to walk by while she was cleaning up. She's just doing paperwork here by the desk. She's helping me out and putting some notes in front of me. Happened to look into the camera, broke it. I came walking in. Joanne! Did you look in the freaking camera again? You hear her. I know. You guys know. It's louder than that. I know. I'm trying my best to do an imitation, but just can't get like the obnoxiousness of the tone and also the repetitiveness. Like she's almost like a didgeridoo player. For some reason, she's able to do like circular breathing while she wheezes. Really weird. Some people are able to stop the wheeze when they take a breath. She's doing a circular breathing. I'm waiting for the didgeridoo to come out next. Oh, it's Joanne the didgeridoo player. What's that, Joanne? No, Joanne, I'm not going to get you a didgeridoo so you can try to mask the sound of your wheeze. I'm sorry, no. That's on you. Why don't you use the doll hair that I've been paying you for the last 6 months? You know, $500 doll hairs a day. You just take those doll hairs out and you sell them to some little child in India. They love the doll hair from America that came from China. You do it. You put it in an envelope, just like the envelope I give to you. You just lick the back. I'd never lick the back. That's friggin' disgusting. But you lick the back, Joanne. Then you send it off, little child in India. $500. What do you get on that, Joanne? Is there profit? Joanne says it's profit. Look, I'm proud of you, Joanne. You're doing it, you know, taking the doll hairs and making, you're an entrepreneur. If I've ever heard of one, entrepreneurial and, you know, just in the way you're doing. Joanne, don't throw your doll hair at me, you know? Sometimes she gets offended because I'm going after her, you know, and she'll just take those envelopes of doll hair and just toss them at me. They're stacked up all over the friggin' back of the studio. You guys are freaking... I keep getting comments about that from Flatty. Flatty was like, what is with all the envelopes stacked up in the back of doll hair? Joanne, you know. Joanne, why don't you bring them home? And you could burn them if you want. Like, you don't want to sell them to a little Indian child because they buy them, you know. What? No, that's not racist, Joanne. That's racist. No, it's not. You can't talk about somebody in a different part of the world that it becomes racist. How about this one? Is this racist? Joanne, you could sell it to a little Iraqi kid. That's not racist either. You know, we're just talking. I see my friend Pilot Dennis on the phone with me. When I say phone, Joanne, because I want to talk to anybody besides you. You know? Guys, we have a couple news stories for you today. I think we should get into them, Joanne. What do you say? Joanne, get the freaking teleprompter ready, you know? Like, I'm ready to do the story. You're back there wheezing, we know, but I want to get into it, you know? This is the Renaissance Man Show. You got one gig. It's to show up and do the teleprompter, and for some reason, you're just wheezing instead. You know, but that's just like, you know, hereditary. Where did Mark go? Guys, I'm here. Here we go. We're doing it. If you guys don't know, you're going to find out right now. Elon Musk says Twitter legal team told him he violated the NDA.
Joanne, what do we have on the NDA right now? Can you tell us a little about the sideline? Hammerlin Jamison.
Where's my freaking mustache? We haven't done Hammerlin in a while. Good old Hammer Jammer! When you got a Hammer Jammer,
he's coming out of the blue to do the Elon Musk story, and you've got to just be a part of the action. If we could find some tape for said mustacheroo.
Or unless I have a scissor somewhere. Give me a freaking scissor. Give me some magic here. If I can make some magic happen with a skizzer... I feel like I had some skizzers here somewhere. Oh, wait a second. What about this? When in doubt, when you're in the middle of it and you're trying to get her done for like the Renaissance Man show, you freaking use a razor blade. Just so happens that I've got a couple different... Oh, never mind. I found the skizzers on the friggin' table. It's a new song coming out in 2024. Not on my album, though. It's a band called Skinnered in the Park. They're pretty cool. You know, I dig them on Thursdays. Sometimes on a Thursday you want to listen to Skinner in the Park, you know, and they're doing it. They got a tune that's like, oh, sweet chicken, waffle grill, something like that. I listen to it. I like it. You know, Joanne, did that one win anything? Awards? No, nothing? Bueller. No, Joanne, I'm just trying to do a little what they call vamping, because I'm trying to get Hammer Jammer, Bammer Whammer ready to go. It's about time. We haven't done Hammer Jammer in a little while. I think it's about time he takes over the show. If you guys don't know who Hammerlin Jamison is, he is a washed-up journalist. 1986, fell asleep on camera, right in the middle of his broadcast, onto a plate of nachos. They were piping hot. Sort of woke him up, you know, and then, you know, he basically blacked out. That's a Hammer Jam move right there to do a blackout. I think Hammer Jam's got to be a part of this, though, Joanne. What do you think? Joanne says she's got a thing for Hammer. Joanne, that's not nice. You can't talk that way. I don't like it. Joanne, where did I go? Where's Mark? I can't figure it out. He was there and now he's gone. Hammer Jammer!
It's Hammerlin Jamison! And it's hammer time! That's right!
That's right!
Every single night on the Real Talk program to rip the lid off the fake news! That's right, it's hammer time!
It's Hammer Jammer!
That's right, people! Look, check me out every single night!
Hammer time!
Hammer Jammer! Hammer Whammer! I'm back again. It's been a couple of months.
Hammer Jammer was taking a break siesta in my lodge with a couple of barrels of Jamison.
And when you drink Jamison from your family distillery,
sometimes you black out for a few months. Hammer Jammer dropping the hammer and ripping the lid off the fake news.
What's that, Joanne? No, Joanne, we're going to get into it. Just stop your frickin' wheezing. Elon Musk says Twitter. The legal team told him he violated an NDA, Joanne. Look, there's Hammer. Hammer's gonna try to meet Elon Musk. Hi, Elon. How you doing? I'm Hammer Jammer Lammer Bammer. That's a mustache. It's what we call a sexy stash. Sometimes you go out with your friends and they're like, Hammer Jammer, you pay for the Jamison. I'm like, I pay? I freaking own the company. Yeah, Jim, thank you, ma'am. Let's go with the story, Joanne. Can you do the teleprompter? Because I can't do the teleprompter and do the story at the same time. It's a ham jam, stam lamb, fam bam, wham bam jam, payment lamb special. Coming at you, May 14th, Elon Musk on Saturday tweeted that Twitter Inc.'s legal team accused him of violating a non-disclosure agreement by revealing the sample size of the social media platform checks on automated users. Joel, I'm starting to fall sideways. Gotta use the microphone to balance. Hold on. Joey, can you do me a favor and top off my Jamison? Here's the tweet that was sent out on Twitter from Elon Musk, and he said simple random sampling process is fine. If people feel independent, Joanne, I can't read when I'm drinking Jamison. Should I do it in German? Schlimmern, Scherven, Lurgen, we've shaven prior dragon touched. I said it. I said, hey, no, Joanne, I didn't fall asleep momentarily. I'm wide awake. I just was drinking a little bit of my Jamison. Joanne, though, I've only had 5 bottles of Jamison before showtime. Ham Jam, thank you, ma'am. Twitter Legal just called to complain that I violated their NDA. By revealing the bot check sample size is 100, Joanne, this has actually happened. It's actually happened, Joanne. Joanne, I'm starting to lose the feeling in my arms, Joanne. It's stated Diamond Privet, Levin. English, Hammer. I'm sorry. I get kind of swept up in the action. All the times I'm there in my lodge drinking Jamison, I don't know how to shut it off. This is a drop the hammer and rip off the fake news situation. What's that, Joanne? No, Joanne, stop the freaking wheezing. I can't anymore, Joanne. I gotta go.
It's Hammerlin, Jamison, and it's hammer time. That's right. Look, I'm here every single night on the Real Talk program to rip the lid off the fake news. That's right.
Fall asleep now, Joanne.
Damn, thank you, Al. That's right, people. Look, check it
Here.
out every single night on Hammer
Here.
Time.
What happened? Joanne, did you take over the freaking show again with your wheeziness? You know, Elon Musk doing his thing. Twitter Legal just called to complain that I violated their NDA by revealing the bot check. What's that? No, Joanne. Sometimes Hammerlin Jamison takes over the show. You gotta go with the flow. No, I know that's a rhyme. I'm a poet / singer-songwriter. I write songs in the moment, Joanne. So sometimes naturally, without trying, I come up with with that little bit of a zingy type of rhyme, you know? That's what happens. No, Joanne, you don't have that ability. You have the ability to wheeze repetitively.
You know? Oh, can you rhyme your wheeze over and over? Yep, you did it. Don't need the loop. Just you keep going. No, go ahead, Joanne. I'm going to just break down a little something to it. Sometimes you have to sing along with the wheeze just in order to make her feel, part of the show. Musk on Friday tweeted that his $44 billion cash deal to take the company private was temporarily on hold while he awaited data on the proportion of fake accounts. Twitter deal temporarily on hold pending details supporting calculation that spam/fake accounts do indeed represent less than 5% of the users. That's Elon Musk when you didn't know the impression. He said his team would test a random sample of 100 followers on Twitter to identify the bots. His response to a question prompted Twitter's accusation. When a user asked Musk to elaborate on process of filtering bot accounts, he replied, "I picked 100 as a sample size number because that is what Twitter uses to calculate 5% fake/spam/duplicate." So basically, whatever, Elon's doing, whatever the hell Elon's doing, it's just what he does, Joanne. What's the next story? Joanne, scientists successfully grow plants in soil from the moon. Now, when they say soil from the moon, do they mean freaking moon dust? Oh, we got soil from the moon. It's dirt? Is it like white dirt? What do we got over there? It's radioactive material. Is what I think. And I also think that, I don't know, where the hell did they get it from? Because don't tell me they got it in 1969 or 1973. Yeah, we actually went. Okay. All right. In a NASA-funded study, scientists at the University of Florida grew plants in a soil collected from the moon, according to the study published Thursday in the Journal of Communications Biology. The study is paramount to NASA's long-term goals in human space exploration. Joanne, really? You're going to do that? You're going to teleprompter me right while I'm in the middle of saying that big, long word? Yeesh. You know that NASA's got long-term goals, Joanne, in human space exploration. You got to say it right the first time. If you're going to do it cold, do it a cold read here. We don't read these stories up front. You know that. If you don't know that, now you freaking know. NASA Administrator Bill Nielsen, I think that's the guy who said that they don't have the technology to go back to the moon. 2022. Okay, and a boy is not a boy. I don't want to get into that. The research could also have implications. That's in here, by the way. I'm sorry. You see it. It's right in the freaking dialogue. I just read right off the script. What am I supposed to do? The research could have implications for plants growing in harsh conditions on Earth. We'll need to use resources found on the moon and Mars to develop food sources for future astronauts living and operating in deep space. If you're not familiar with the deep space aspect of Nelson and the NASA, detail, it's called the International Space Station. That's deep space. In a study, it's 70 miles away. Researchers planted the seeds of Arabidopsis. Joanne, I freaking nailed it. Arabidopsis thaliana, a plant related to mustard seeds, as well as other cruciferous. I'm on it tonight, Joanne. Cruciferous, I nailed it again. Vegetales. That one I just was trying to rush through, and it's a normal word we all say on a daily basis. I like the way I said it, though. We're going to do it again, Joanne. And the Arabidopsis thaliana, it's a plant related to mustard seeds, as well as the other cruciferous vegetales, including broccoli and cauliflower, in lunar soil, which was sampled directly from the moon from missions Apollo 11, 12, and 17. Were they really, or is it just dirt from, I don't know, Antarctica, something like that? Anyhow, we're getting into it. To compare, researchers also planted the seeds in lunar simulant, designed to closely mimic real lunar soil. Annalisa Paul, a research professor in the Horticultural Sciences Department at the University of Florida, and the study's first author, described the samples from the moon as fine and powdery. There we go. It's fine and freaking powdery. How are you going to do that? It's moon dust. It also sticks to everything. Yeah, it's because it's dust. Thanks for coming out. The seeds started to sprout within days in the dust. We planted them in the dust, walked away for a couple of days, and then when we went back first time to look at the dust, we were amazed to see the plant group was growing in the freaking dust. Paul, who is also the director of the University of Florida's Interdisciplinary... Joanne, you can't nail that one? Oh, where you're doing a show. She can't give me interdisciplinary center and nail it first time through? Whatever. Bush League, Joanne. You're Bush League. Biotechnology Research Group, Joanne. Although all the seeds sprouted, the ones that grew in lunar soil did not grow as robust as those in control. Of course, because it's freaking dust. Some of the plants grown in the lunar soil samples had stunted roots as leaves and some reddish pigmentation, Joanne. Just like when every time you get a bugaboo, you get that reddish pigmentation. We talk about it here in the studio. Not really on air. I told her, she said, don't ever talk about it on air. Joanne, you brought it up. I'm here. You're bringing it up in the background. Everybody else heard it. Leisure number 7 heard it. Renee Woods knows all about it. She was like, why would Joanne bring that up? But she did. Reddish pigmentation. Joanne right in the background goes, I've got that. Yeah, we know. We know Joanne broke the camera 5 times, After the plants had grown for 20 days, researchers harvested the plants and prepared the study for plant RNA. The expressed gene patterns matched the way in which researchers had seen Arabidopsis react to stress before in the other harsh environments, Joanne. I'm knocking it out with the Arabidopsis. Such as soil carries excess salt and heavy metals in dust. Right. Now that we have lunar soil, we have been in contact with biology, we can begin to ask the question, how would you and how hard would it be to mitigate any of the adverse reactions that we saw, said Joanne, am I Frogger 1976 doing it? Jumping across the road, trying to make it to the log. If you can get in there in the little gap, you got a couple 50 points. You got it through Monday to Tuesday. All week long, you're trying just to get through Frogger. Said Robert Furl, Joanne. I'll give him a little Robert one more time. Assistant Vice President for Research at the University of Florida and an author on the study. I guess that's the end of it, Joanne. We're going to do this story next right here, but I guess, well, you know what? Let's go to the space. No, it's NPR. That's where I was anyway. The first image of the black hole at the heart of the Milky Way. Black hole. Right, Joanne? We're doing it together, but you're wheezing. For years, the supermassive black hole in the dark center of the Milky Way galaxy has been theorized about and studied. And finally, it has been captured in an image. We finally have the first look at our Milky Way black hole, Sagittarius A, an international team of astrophysicists and researchers from the Event Horizon Telescope team announced on a Thursday. It's the dawn of a new era of black hole physics, it added. The black hole was often referred to as Sagittarius A, pronounced Sag A star. Well, its mass is about 4 million times that of the sun, and it's about 27,000 light years from Earth, according to MIT, if you want to believe those hacks. In a case of Sagittarius, scientists have previously observed stars orbiting around the Milky Way center. Now they have a direct view of what Facce, the professor of astronomy. Joanne, really? You're doing an astronomy? What's that about? Did you get a major in it or a minor? A professor of astronomy and physics at the University of Arizona called the gentle giant itself. Putting the size of the black hole into an Earthling's perspective, the team said that seeing it from the surface of our planet would be like trying to spot a donut on the moon. What's that? No, Joanne, I know you would eat that donut. We all know you would eat that freaking donut. You didn't have to say anything. We were all thinking it. Leisure 7 said in the chat, Joanne's eating that freaking donut. That's the first thing that came up in the chat when I brought that up in the story. Leisure hit it right in the head. Joanne's eating that freaking donut. I get it, Leisure. I get it. DP echoed it. Said, I hope that donut is huge because Joanne's going to eat 97 of them. If it's not big, she's getting at least 150. That's just to satisfy her, just snacking. She's a snackaroo master. What's that? No, Joanne, don't go into my snack closet. I told you you're not allowed in there, especially with the wheeze. You could wind up putting in some sort of gingivitis into the, snacks. I don't want to be, I don't want gingivitis on my snacks, okay? I know you can leave it out there for yourself in your little area, your little desk area while you're wheezing. You could just do it when you put the file away, the Zabrowski file, that you could leave extra sentiment inside there, or extra, what do you call it? You know what I'm talking about. I need another sip of my coffee, Joanne. Joanne, although we can see the black hole itself, or we cannot, it's completely dark. Glowing gas around it reveals a telltale signature, a dark central region called a shadow. Surrounded by the bright ring-like structure, the EHT team said it's an announcement. Can we scroll down and see this? Look at this. Where is the image? I want to see the freaking image. No images? There we go. Let's look at it. We're keeping the audio off. Hold on. We'll look at this thing. Is that it? That's it right there. Great job with that freaking clear image. What are we doing with the camera from 1983? Oh, look, we took a picture of Aunt Susie. What are you talking about? That looks like Merv Griffin. Aunt Susie's Merv Griffin now? Terrible. Look at that. Oh, look, we got a shot of the black hole. You did? Are you sure you didn't just take a picture of a fire and just tell the cameraman to just get as fuzzy as possible with the zoom? Just instead of making it really sharp, can you make it look like you don't know what you're doing and you back away? I think that's a better idea. So, guys, pointing to the screen at European Research Council's news conference in Brussels, Facce said, no, Joanne, not related to Fauci. No relation. Sounds similar, but a much sought after image looks like a ring of fire. They apparently, they maybe took just the cover of the Johnny Cash album and just kind of made it fuzzy. They were like, oh, instead of being sharp, we're like, we're just doing a picture of, we want to make sure we can't see Johnny Cash in the photo. That's what's in the middle. And it's actually created by the force of gravity by deformation of space-time, where a light actually goes around the black hole almost in a circle. Describing the image in Washington, you know what? They just make up stuff. You know what I mean? Like, well, we see light around it, so let's just be like, well, it looks like a ring of fire because it actually caused by the ring, gravity. It's just pulling in space-time, and like light actually goes around the black hole. It's like instead of being sucked into the black hole, it just goes around it. Like, does that make sense? All of a sudden. Freaking people make up stuff all the time. You know what I mean? Like, what's this? This is the picture? A simulated illustration of the black hole. Everything's simulated because these people have no idea what's really going on. How to take a picture of a black hole. All right, that's what she said. Anyway, guys, when you're doing it and you're trying to get into it, but all of a sudden, you can't get a good story going because Joanne continues to drop her problems on us. She continues to wheeze, and then closing that drawer over and over is quite annoying. I'm going to play you guys something because I need to make myself a bowl of cereal. I think what I'm going to do is possibly play you, because I'm not sure who saw my new bit from today. I'm not going to play you the new bit from today because it's there. You can go and watch it anytime. I'm going to play you something that we haven't seen in a little bit because that's how I do. And we have so many great bits here that you guys have never seen. So don't go anywhere. We're just talking about space. Oh. You know what? We're going to do this one. This will give me time to go grab out, but let the dogs out real quick. And this is called The Curious Case of the Herp. Oh my goodness. But it has very much to do with NASA. Drinking water. Hold on, Amana. This is not on the correct setup. Get myself a bowl of cinnamon life. Yeah. You can't get cinnamon life, Joanne. That's right. You can't have the sugar, any sugar products. The heart, Bugaboo, bugaboo. No, Joanne, you trusted science. That's on you. Does that control your metabolism?
December 2021, these same Harvard researchers discovered a strange new type of tropical ingredient that, when paired with a glass of water before bed, multiplies...
With a glass of water. All right, here we go. Oh. Thank you for come close, sit back and relax.
Enjoy the show.
Who remembers
Oh,
that?
goodness. What story do we have here, Joanne?
No, Joanne, I don't need you to tell us. I was just joking. I was making a joke because I just mentioned about how horrible you are. And so when I go to you and I say, Joanne, that's not to really get a response from you in George Soros, which, by the way, is a language. We've determined that when you speak George Soros, it's an actual language, and it's almost like, Jedi style. You're like, freaking A. He's got it. NASA astronaut Mark Handahai breaks American space flight record. Now, Joanne, when they say space flight record, is that really being accurate? Or are we more saying lower Earth orbit record? Like, what are we talking about over here? Okay, let's read it. Let's see what he's got here for space flight. Mark Vandehei made it into the record books on Thursday. On Tuesday, Joanne, I can't see the friggin' screen because you're scrolling too fast. He broke the record for the most consecutive days in space. Again, loose term, by an American explorer. Vandehei arrived at the space station, which is, I think, 220 miles above planet Earth, just for, clarity. The moon is 265,000 miles away. They're at 221 miles, 220, 218, 221, they're down it. When you realize that lower Earth orbit is just like right there, like, oh, I'm driving to New Jersey? Yeah. Maybe a little bit like Pennsylvania. I just drove to Pennsylvania. I'm there in space? Really? That's a loose term, I believe, Joanne. When they say space, they should say in the friggin', Earth's atmosphere, lower Earth orbit deal, most time in history in lower Earth orbit, to me, has a better ring than most days consecutive in space when you friggin' didn't go to space. Theoretically, he made it into record books on March 15th, 2022. How long was he up there? Let's see, 355 days in low Earth orbit. Vandehei arrived at the space station on April 9th, 2021, and is expected to return home on March 30th, 2022, after spending 355 days in low Earth orbit. The duration breaks the previous record held by NASA astronaut Scott Kelly by 15 days. His then crewmate Thomas Pesqua snapped picture saying, if you're reading this sitting down, maybe on a couch or sofa, consider that we will not sit down until we're back on Earth because we're here in space. Of course, we don't need to sit down up here because I'm in space, and I'm not complaining at all because in space, sometimes the wonderful feeling of being relaxed here in space, that moment when you can change from running around to letting yourself drop into a chair, that moment can be wonderful, and I'm sure you all agree. We do miss it sometimes, because we're up here in space. I think Mark did here too, and make a makeshift reading table to enjoy a book, Absolutely unnecessary in weightlessness, but so nice to construct some semblances of normal life every now and then here in space. Record-breaking NASA astronaut. Joanne, you going to give me the same byline? Like I got to read it again, Joanne? You can't clean up the story before you send it my way. Vandehei will return in a Soyuz spacecraft as scheduled alongside cosmonauts, Joanne. Yeah, he's cosmonauts Peter Dioprov and Anton Shkleplerov. Nailed that one. While clocking the single longest space flight, lower Earth orbit flight, by a NASA astronaut, Vandehei contributed to dozens of studies from hundreds executed during his mission, like looking down at the Earth from 200 miles, including 6 science investigations supported by NASA's Human Research Program, or HERP. It's the HERP, Joanne. They've got the HERP. Who knew that NASA had the HERP, sometimes you see that person and they got like something going. You're like, dude, no, don't ever share a freaking drink with that person. But to know that like NASA's got the HERP, like before you even make contact, it's good information to have. You know, you don't want to get caught up and wind up with the herp and getting it from NASA. Just letting you know. You know, Vanderhey.
Ready to start eating healthier? Meet Kachava. Kachava is the world's healthiest all-in-one meal shake. A complete meal in seconds to keep you going for hours. It's made with over 70 plant-based superfoods and nutrients, giving you all your essentials in one
Sorry about
delicious
that. In a bowl
meal.
of cereal. And I hear that from upstairs. Got the herp. I suppose so did Scott, whatever his name is, right? The guy from last year, Scott Kelly. I think he had the herp too. I mean, he must have, right? They both were there working on the herp. Like, many investigations, 6 investigations to be exact with the herp, you know? Like, you investigate the herp more than once, there's a good chance you got herp. You know what I mean? You're there, you're getting it, you're sharing it. The world is just a different place when you leave that lower Earth orbit flight. Our astronauts are incredible explorers of lower Earth orbit and helping expand our knowledge of how humans can live and work in space for longer periods of time. We got that information from here, traveling in lower Earth orbit. The NASA administrator, Bill Nelson, the guy also said we don't have the technology to go back to the moon here, 2022. And carry the 2. Okay. Marks a record-setting mission, and his contributions to science are paving the way for people to travel to lower Earth orbit on longer duration missions as the agency pushes the boundaries of exploration to the moon and Mars. Wait a minute. You're going to push the boundaries of exploration to the moon? Joanne! They want to actually go to the moon! That's freaking amazing. Hold on, I gotta read that part. Marks our record-setting mission, and contributions to science are paving the way for more people to travel to space, longer duration missions, as the agency pushes the boundaries of exploration. Where to, Joanne? Where are they pushing the boundaries of exploration to? Well, they're going to go to the moon, you silly goose. Where do you think you're going to go? Oh, Mars too. Well, they're going to go to the moon, finally. And dead. You know, like, Kubrick's dead. I'm just saying, you know, when you were doing it and you're trying to figure out, like, how do they land? And how do they get us? And how do they get that shot, you know? Like, as a film guy, I mean, I know, doing a show 3+ years every single day, I know where the camera works, where to go, where I'm not in screen. And I don't know by myself, 2022, without a device. They do make something you can hold a button and it will and do a little scrollaroo for you, pan, tilt, bang, biggity boo. But reality is, all alone, that freaking camera's sitting set. That's a set camera right there. If I move, the camera's sitting still. So what happened in 1960? Guys, the astronauts are incredible, though. They're going to be, you know, traveling longer durations and pushing the boundaries of exploration. Just remember that, to the moon. It's happening. It's happening. You know, I can't fault them for trying to get to the moon. You know what I mean? Like, that would be pretty cool. You know, because they've only gone to freaking 220 miles up in the lower Earth orbit. But all these comments about space here, you know, like, oh, look, we're doing so much to understand space. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kill it. Like, oh, you're going to finally go? Okay, great. Thanks for coming out. I love this line. It tells you everything you need to know right there. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson said, this marks a record-setting mission, and his contributions to science are paving the way for more people to travel to lower Earth orbit, which they call space, on longer duration missions as the agency pushes the boundaries of exploration to the moon. And then they threw in and Mars. But let's take the and Mars out there and let's just read that again. Longer duration missions as the agency pushes the boundaries of exploration to the moon. Interesting. Thank you for your service, Mark, and congratulations for continuing the lie. For one investigazione,
Vandehei helped grow and evaluate vegetables harvested with the space station's vegetable production system, called a VPS, Joanne. They got a VPS system there. They're doing it, you know. Some people say that the investigation seeks to develop a food production system that can help astronauts meet their dietary needs with fresh vegetables cultivated in space, Joanne. You know, Joanne, I'm just curious, when it comes down to doing it, you know, like, oh, look, I'm the one who spent most time in space. Why don't you just, like, I don't know, you grab like a weird, like, bungee system deal, you tie yourself to 2 trees, and you hang out in the air for 356 days, right? And you say, I've been the longest person in space. And they're like, no, you were not in space. No, these people weren't either. Let's clarify something here, you moes. Okay? That's not space. It's a space above Earth. It's the atmosphere above Earth. It's not freaking space. 200 plus miles is not space. 256,000 miles. You go to the freaking moon? You ever do that? Accomplish that? I'll backing you up on that one. Oh, good for you. You did the moon. Yeah, I'm watching. I'm going to watch that one live. You better freaking have good, equipment. 2022. We don't have the technology for that. You gotta be kidding. NASA set. Oh, here we go, Joanne. This is a continuation. Sometimes we do a double-decker story to continue where we're going on a vibe, you know. NASA set to test mega rocket that will take humans back to the moon, or to the moon. Let's just say that, just to be honest, Joanne. All right, come on. You know, there's only so much that they can lie about before we start to see the truth. You know what I mean? We're doing it. Oh, goodness, fam and friends. I'm going to go check out the Blood Moon, work on this song, clean it up for you and see if we can get it done, get this album finished. I got about 5 or 6 songs that, we played for you here, but I didn't put all the lyrics to, so I have to get that done. And we'll be back tomorrow for day 1,231 in a row. So hopefully you'll help me get to this 10,000 people live goal, which is going to require a lot of work on all of our parts. So continue to spread the word. We are here every day forever trying to build some positivity and create in the moment. And my challenge is to show up every day and to create without having a script, without having any idea what we're going to do, and make something happen. Piece of comedy, or reading the news and having that be funny, or writing a piece of music live. Whatever it is, I want it to happen here in the moment so we can step away from the rest of the world. So, till tomorrow, kill it and grill it. S-Coop, everybody else, Leisure7, Trish Killian, Anna Treos, and anybody else that may be out there doing a little lurkaroo. I appreciate you. Till tomorrow. It's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance Man. I love you guys. See you tomorrow. We got to go away. Yeah, until tomorrow. Have a good night, fam. Till tomorrow.